Have you ever been in a disagreement or an argument where you leave and you just feel like you're frustrated, you've been misunderstood, it just feels like, why did I even bother? If that's you, today's video is called How to Fight Right. My name is Dolly. I've been a marriage coach for over 5 years, been helping families rebuild their relationships from the ground up, and it's amazing what can happen at the end of a disagreement when you learn how to fight right. When going into a disagreement, there are 4 main things that you need to think about before approaching the conversation. And the number one thing is know what you want your end result to be. If you have no idea what you want the end result to be, you're just going in blind. What happens then is sometimes the fight just never gets resolved because you don't have an end goal in mind. It's like going to university without picking a career, without even knowing what you're going to be doing. It's just going in blind, and it's kind of useless. If you're going to get into a fight to just vent, then say, I need to vent. I need to vent. I need you to sit here and take it for 5 minutes. You can time it, but I need to vent. At least then your partner knows what they're getting into. They know that it's just time to vent. They won't expect some sort of resolve at the end. Or if you know what you want as your end result, but you still need to vent, then say, I need to vent right now. Can you just sit there and listen? I need to get this off my chest. And then I'm going to take 5 minutes to calm down and just regroup. And then we're going to discuss a resolve. Again, your partner knows what they're getting into. They know what's going to happen. And then they feel like there's purpose to the argument instead of just venting, somebody just venting, and then not having a say or not having a voice or not being heard themselves. Nobody wants to go into an argument like that. So at least you're stating what you need to do and then what they will be able to do. Number 2, what is the emotion that you're going to bring into this discussion? Are you going to be calm? Are you going to be angry? Are you going to be screaming? Think about what emotion you're going to bring into this discussion, because if your emotions are running high, you need to say something about it. You need to say, I'm really, really frustrated now, and I know that I sound emotional, and I am emotional, but I need to talk this out right now. Now they don't discredit your emotion, because I will tell you right now, proven facts, as well as 5 years of counseling couples, when one person is really, really upset and they bring that anger and energy into the discussion, the other person will have a very hard time being receptive. In fact, they put up defenses. When a woman is sitting with me and she's crying and she has so many things that are bothering her about her husband, and she's crying as she's saying it to him, he feels bad, but he also goes into a defensive state because he also doesn't want to be the blame for all of her pain. When you take out the tears and the emotion and the anger and say, I am hurting, and then discuss what's hurting you, you give the person an opportunity, you give your partner an opportunity to listen to what the real pain is, to understand that right now they contributed to this pain, but that you're open for resolve, that you're open to discuss it, and that the finger's not just being pointed at them. Now they feel like it's a dialogue instead of a vent session, right? If we bring a calm, receptive, I want to hear, what brought this on? I want to hear, explain this to me. Let's discuss this. Great. So many women ask me, why doesn't my husband tell me this? Why didn't he say this? So many times the husband is terrified to say anything because of past arguments where she was so emotional, he couldn't explain himself because it didn't matter what he was going to say. He was always going to be wrong. And maybe he is wrong, but at least he would like the chance to explain himself. And that goes both ways. If a husband or man is like going in angry and he's not receptive to understanding what the woman is saying. I know for me personally, years ago, I stopped fighting with my husband or stopped talking about anything because I felt at the end, why bother? So how do we change that? We learn how to fight right. Number 3 is a physical aspect. What is your body language? What is your physical presence in the discussion? Do you have your arms crossed? Are you scowling? Are you terrified? Do you have your shoulders up? Or do you have your fists clenched? Do you have your back turned to them? So much can be determined by your physical demeanor. If you are unreceptive to what they're saying, you're just repelling any kind of conversation or resolve. So we want to go into these discussions feeling calmer. Bring back the shoulders, calm your face. If I'm in a fight with my husband and he's scowling me the whole time, do you really think I'm going to open up? Nobody's going to open up. Nobody wants to open up to somebody who is scowling at them. Nobody's going to open up when they feel like no matter what they say, it's not going to be received. It's not. So your body language tells the other person a lot, as well as your body language conveys what's going on inside of you. All right, number 4, standing in your power. What does that mean? It means channel or remember or visualize, bring the person that you want to be into the discussion. If your characters that you're trying to build are love, patience, peace, kindness, those are the fruits of the Spirit. That is what you want to bring into the discussion, because if you bring kindness, patience, love into a discussion, you are receptive to hear what they're saying, as well as you will get clear on what you want, and you will be able to convey it properly and in a way that it will be heard and understood. Now, I've been married for 22 years, and we only started implementing these steps about 5, 6 years ago. And the change that it's made in our relationship, my husband will actually say this. He looks forward to when we have a disagreement, because at the end of that disagreement, he knows that there's going to be a resolve, because we have a pattern of resolve, and he will feel like he's more understood, and I feel like I'm more understood at the end of it all. That is an amazing place to be. If you know that at the end of a disagreement, you're going to come to an understanding with one another, the confidence that your relationship is not only going to make it through the argument, but it's going to be stronger at the end. Like, how amazing is that? I hope that you can implement these steps, even if you just start off with 1 or 2. I know that when things are heated and you're really upset, sometimes we just need to freak out, and you're never going to stop fighting or disagreeing with your partner or anybody. So you might as well learn the steps that get you the resolve that you want in the end, because your whole entire world, with career, colleagues, children, and your spouse, can be transformed. If this helped you in any way, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to this video and like it, maybe pass it along to a friend of yours who could also use these tips.